Alright, I guess we're back in the Element. Today I'm gonna show you how to change the cluster lights really quick, or the dashboard, or whatever you want to call it. My neighbor is currently mowing her lawn, so hopefully that doesn't make too much noise. But in terms of what you need, you just need some pliers, a screwdriver, and maybe some gloves if your rubber gasket, or whatever it's called in English, is sitting a little bit tight. But to start with, you need to start from the outside. Probably have to loosen this up. I had it up recently and I haven't put it well in place. We need to open up this cover and try to be a little bit careful. There we go. The reason you want to be careful is so you don't damage these tabs. You could have like a prying tool, that makes it a little bit easier. And then on the side here you have a single screw. Let's put that over there so we don't lose that. Then pry open this one if it's a little bit snug. Out with the cover, out with the screw, and then carefully pry from the top. Don't grab it really hard because you have these tabs. I heard one come loose already, that's come loose before. Also take the steering wheel a little bit down to give you room to work with. And again, I'm prying really carefully. There we go. And here you can see the tabs. These two fell out the first time I did it. Still have bottom ones though. Now I only have one on the top actually. But I can see I can tighten them again, or get them back on. I have one of them, hopefully two, if I can find another one. Let me close the door. Then we have two screws on the top here. I'm gonna try and not make this as long. And of course, don't have your engine running or your ignition on while doing this. I found out the hard way the first time. So if you have the ignition on or the engine on, you are gonna get an airbag lamp afterwards, and then you need the OBD to reset it. Let's see, there should be one more, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I think that's it. Then you just tilt it out like this. Have the cables here. Always grab the socket and not the cables. There we go. And now we have all of them here. One at the top, two there, to the bottom there, and there. And you can pretty easily see where they go. For example, this one covers the bottom right and the top left of the fuel gauge. And for me right now, this one is flickering and this one isn't working. This one I had a hard time with the first time, so I have some sandpaper because the bulb I'm using wouldn't stick really good. So we're gonna open up this one and see if we can see if it's a bad connection or something. I'm gonna try and change it. It seems like a snug fit. I've changed to these LED bulbs. The original bulb looks like this. This is a T5 bulb, so if you're gonna change it, make sure to look for a T5 bulb. And this one isn't really the best one to use, but it's the one I could source locally. But I am gonna order it online. The reason is this LED is one direction, just straight ahead. What you do want is one that's multi-directional, so it spreads the light more evenly. To be honest, it works pretty well for me. I don't feel like the lighting is uneven at all, even when driving at night. So I'll still see. I don't know why this one is flickering. Hopefully it's just a bad connection and I need to just disconnect it and connect it again. So let's see. But yeah, when you're buying this socket is not the stock socket. This is of course for the Honda Element. So you're only gonna get the bulb. The stock bulbs, when they are sitting, now I'm just gonna take this is the same type, just with the blue one. They have a tendency to be really well in there. What I did is I took some tape around it and then I dragged it out. I wouldn't recommend using pliers or taking tape around it and then taking pliers around the tape, because you're gonna get too much pressure on the bulb and then break it. You're still gonna get it out. I tried that once, I broke the bulb, I still got it out. But it's much better to just take some electrical tape around the bulb. It's gonna give you a much greater grip, and then just pull it out. There's nothing locking it or anything like that. It's just sitting in there. But yeah, once you have your new bulb in there, let's see if I can get this back in. There we go. You can almost hear it when it goes in correctly. Then there, and then it's just like half a turn or something. I try to be really careful when putting them in and turning them around, because I really don't want to deal with finding new sockets. And if you install one and it doesn't light up, just take it out, try to flip it around, and then usually it works. But yeah, let's see which one didn't work. It was the bottom left one here. This one should have the stock one. No, actually it has the LED one. Strange that it didn't work. Probably, like I mentioned then, the wrong way. I was sure I didn't change this actually. So then let's try and flip it around. There we go. And then once you've changed all the bulbs, just do the same process in reverse. I always try and be a little bit careful with these cables and not pull on them too much. And there we go. Get it situated. There we go. It sits pretty firmly in there, of course, so it shouldn't be a problem. And then at the same time you're doing this, it's super easy to clean up a little bit, get some dust and dirt away and all that stuff. And then once that is done, you just do the same process in reverse. This one over, push it in to the side, the screw in, the cover, and then the rubber gasket. And then you should be all good. I don't have my keys there now, so I can't turn it on, but yeah, that's pretty much the process to changing all the lights. I'm not a mechanic by any chance, so this isn't expert doing it, but it's worked fine for me, except for the one bulb that didn't work. Hopefully it's gonna work now. I'm gonna get my keys and test that out. Also, I recently installed a new media unit with CarPlay. That was a pain in the ass because this player didn't have RCA, and the wiring harness that I received had RCA, so I had to cut the wires and everything like that. I'm gonna make a video on that to show you how it's done, and actually the worst case scenario, which was a pain in the ass. Again, I'm not a mechanic, I'm not an electrician, and I still figured it out. It took me 6 hours from start to finish, but a lot of trial and error. But I'm gonna go through the whole process, show what I did, and hopefully I can help you guys avoid some mistakes that I made. But that's going to be in a different video. But anyways, thanks for watching this, and have a nice day.